I'm in the middle of replacing the blend door actuator for the driver's side on my 2015 Silverado. And I've watched other videos on YouTube, and they all cover the basics really well. But there's a few things that I think really should be highlighted. So I was going to give you some tips from what I've experienced. This is the old one that I took out, but I'll give you some of the tips from things that I've learned along the way here. One of the things is it is a really confined space that you're working in. So I bought this ratchet at my local auto parts store. It's called O'Reilly's, and the distance between the head of the ratchet and the tip of the Torx T20 bit is about 1 3/4 of an inch. This is just the nicest, tiniest little ratchet. The bit that goes in there does not want to stay in real well, so I put a little piece of duct tape on it to make it fit really tight, and I had no problem with the bit coming out after that. Another thing I ran into is that once you're trying to work by reaching in the glove box, all of the metal that's up underneath is ridiculously sharp. So, I mean, you can see some of it. I took duct tape and I put it over the top of the sharp pieces of metal so it wouldn't continue cutting me. I got all kinds of little cuts from it, and so I put duct tape over it temporarily just so I could work on it without getting cut up. But even after putting the duct tape on it, I was still it was being very hard on my forearm. There's just no space, and you're really squeezing hard to get in there. So I took a sock, and I cut the toe of it out and made a slot for my thumb to come out. My forearm was much better after doing this. Another thing I ran into is that you can see this screw, and you can have good visibility while you're working on it. But nobody taught, oh, excuse me, I got that backwards. This is the screw that you can get at. It's this screw back here that nobody shows how to get it out. And it's because you can't get a camera in there to view it, and it is very stubborn. It's difficult to get at. I used the new one as a guide just to know where to try, and you're working blind, where to blindly drop the tip of your tool. And one thing that was helpful is it does make a metallic sound when you do start to tap the head of the screw and then work the ratchet a little bit, and it does eventually drop in. But holy cow, it took a lot of tries. And if anybody says this job is easy, it's a whole lot easier than pulling your entire dash out, but it is by no means an easy 15-minute job. Another thing I wanted to mention is that before you even start the job, pick up a brand new cabin air filter. To get it apart, you have to pull the door off, or the cover off for your cabin air filter, and mine is absolutely filthy. So as long as you're looking right at it, they're not that expensive. Just get a new one and put it in there, and then you don't have to worry about that anymore for a while. I hope these tips are helpful. Those are things that I've learned along the way. Just be patient and don't give up, and you'll get it. It does take some time. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.